DC's random noises. Somebody needs to make a
Ra-a-roo.
soundboard of just the random noises DC makes.
You can have a soundboard of Ra-a-roo.
Welcome to PostShow. And if you're
Welcome
here,
to the
you're
show.
fucking awesome. Because
If you're here, you're family.
you are. And you're fucking
I
awesome.
love doing that. I just love doing that.
What isn't that like Olive Garden or something?
Yes, it's literally the same thing I mentioned last week. It's from Olive Garden.
Look, I have bad
here,
memories.
your family.
And apparently big fluid in my mouth. But anyway, I'm on the wrong page of notes. We watched the movie this time. I thought DC would like it. DC did not like it.
DC did not care for this movie.
We watched the movie Loups, which is French for werewolf. And I was excited because I already knew that. I might be a nerd.
There's also
and I was excited to see an anime movie about a werewolf. That was not the case.
You wanted to see an anime movie about a werewolf. You fool! I wanted to see a mystery.
I did not even read the synopsis. I did not want to like normal. I just go in raw.
When I found
Don't
the
even
anime,
spit on it,
when I found the anime, the category was sci-fi mystery. Oh, we lost Angels again. Editors, cut this out.
Why? This is my phone. I should not be doing this.
Because your phone sucks.
Apparently.
Your phone sucks. Your camera's not back up.
I see that. I don't know what it's. Hi. Work. Do stuff.
There's nothing in this pipe, by the way. This is just a prop. I mean, it's a real pipe, but it's a prop pipe.
This is not a prop. I am a
So I can sit here and look vaguely intelligent.
Anyway.
Yes, quite.
So, right at the beginning of the movie, it starts off with like a black screen with white lettering. Long ago, there was apparently a monster called a wolf. And I was like, oh yeah, werewolf time, yeah! And then...
Man, you must have been horribly disappointed in this movie. Expecting a werewolf, and what you got?
They literally named the movie Werewolf. I thought I was gonna get werewolf. Okay,
they should have named the movie "Nothing Happens for an Hour."
Look, it's not that bad. Like I enjoyed the movie, even though
nothing happens for an hour.
Like, there's a lot of things they don't explain in this movie. How they're all kind of in some digital world. They're all in some Matrix VR chat type thing.
They're not. They're literally not. They're in the real world. It's just the main character only ever uses her little card thing to see everything through. They themselves are in the real world. Yeah. It's kind of expressly the whole... Yeah.
Okay.
What makes you think they're in a Matrix?
Look, I read the thing after I watched the movie, and I'm like,
don't trust the wiki article. That plot summary has nothing to do with that plot summary doesn't even mention half the shit that happens in the movie, or what the whole reason for the entire civilization being made was for. Which it also doesn't really explain why the civilization was made.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go directly to my anime list, which, you know. And let's see, it says, in a future governed through the lens of a camera, where people eat synthetic food and pursue online existence in lieu of physical contact.
Yeah, which isn't true at all. Because the hacker girl literally hugs every single being that she can find, and the physical contact is everywhere in this freaking series. Where is the lack of physical contact? Where?
Look, I don't see anything about some sort of virus, but that's what
that literally is on the wiki article.
No information on any of that. We just the movie literally starts out with some
whoever writes these plot summaries doesn't watch the movies. We should be writing the plot summaries.
We should. Some masked dude be chasing some girl, and they're like, "It is sacred. Die and repent." Which what? Even when you watch the movie, obviously, I should have said it earlier. There's going to be spoilers. Maybe you guys can just cut that out and put it.
No.
Spoil everything. Go watch the movie.
We spoil everything. Get out of here. If you don't want spoilers, go watch the movie. Come back. You can just pause, go watch the movie, then come back. Yeah. My recommendation don't bother watching the movie.
Look, it was
Just
not
listen
that
to what
bad.
we
It was
say.
better. It was better than Lou Over the Wall.
Anything's better than Lou Over the Wall. Go
I don't know about anything.
tell me what the film's rating is. You're on my anime list. What's the film's rating?
6.3 out of 10.
And it's a very apt rating. Average.
It's above average.
Slightly.
It's above average.
That's not much
anyway.
above. 5 is average. 6 is just slightly above.
Yeah,
it's an apt rating.
Let's see, it's an hour and 38 minutes. Genre is sci-fi mystery thriller.
Tell me,
let's see.
Where's the mystery in this?
Producers is TransArts, licensors Sentai Filmworks, production IG. It came from a novel.
Yeah. The Sentai Filmworks, they've lost a lot of their films have been removed from a lot of places.
Look, I don't know. But
because
then we go to this girl eating breakfast, and it's all synthetic foods.
It's all synthetic.
And she's like, I can't think of a time where people actually killed and ate things to survive. And I'm just like,
so weird.
You're missing out on barbecue.
Oh, man,
okay.
Meat's so good.
Meat.
Meat?
Yes. And so apparently that was 30
vegans.
years ago. Hey, look, there's nothing wrong with vegan lifestyle. It's just not for me. You guys do you. You do you, and I'll do me. There's a song like that, I think. I don't remember. Anyway, I think it is. My brain tells me it is. But then the system is made to protect and raise us to become adults. But what if you don't want to become an adult? That's like I watched the dubs.
She views the world through the lens of her freaking observer.
It's pretty much a phone.
It's all it is a phone. It's got GPS. It's got a bunch of other
So we see that she got some friends. And did you notice? Like, I was taking notes of random things because I thought it would come into play, like the malnutrition numbers and teaching via monitors.
Nope.
And they've been living alone since they're children. And
so I'm just mentioning everything that's never brought up.
Is like one of the few adults that we actually see in this world. That's a real living adult.
Yeah.
2 people. We see 2 adults.
4.
Oh, 4?
5.
Well,
you see 5 adults.
Well, still. And they are assigned group of friends. I was hoping for more information on the world of Solarge. We didn't get that. We went from look at everything to focus on these 3 people, pretty much.
Yep.
That was it. And I would have been more happy to learn about the world.
That everyone calls a guy, but is clearly a girl.
Okay, look. I had no idea.
It's not a spoiler, anyone. I literally sent an image of when they go. If you watch the dub,
you'll probably not have any idea either.
When they go to the hacker girl's house, we'll get there. We'll get there in the discussion. But when they go there, I sent a picture of that scene to my buddy who was a little drunk at the time, and I was like, "That's important." I was like, "How many girls are in this scene?" And he goes, 3, and I was like, "Correct. You are correct."
Look, they refer in the dub especially. He's voiced by a male voice actor.
Yes.
He is referred to as only he. So was just watching the movie.
Thing, right?
I don't see gender.
No, that's the funny thing about this. That's supposed to be the big reveal, is because throughout the sub, it's Ayumi Kono, which I looked it up. I don't know how they didn't realize this. Ayumi in Japan is a feminine name and is really only given to feminine, like females, like women. And so because I looked up everyone with that name, not a dude in sight. Which if I thought, okay, are they going with like a trans angle? But if they were going with that, probably would not have had the name Ayumi, because if you don't know, that would be pretty triggering.
Yeah, that would be a dead name, and
that would be giving
individual.
Like, yeah, especially if you wanted to be a man, you would be getting constantly told this feminine name, so you wouldn't want that. But that was just like the big reveal, is that she was hiding the fact that she was a girl. In
my notes, I refer to them as a he, but they are actually a she.
Yeah,
and
she even says.
If it was specified that they were a trans individual, but it was came out as a reveal, like it was a woman that was hiding as a man. So
that was all.
But that was in the sub, not in the dub.
Yeah, which
the dub, they just meant that you believe it was a man.
Yeah, even the Wikipedia article says that she was mistakenly referred to as he.
I don't. Maybe it wasn't a mistake because you know how some people are about. Well, because like towards the end of the movie, the main
Sleepaway Camp.
character and gets rather
It's Sleepaway
attached
Camp.
to. What?
It's a sleepaway camp thing. Have you ever seen Sleepaway Camp?
No.
Okay, Sleepaway Camp is like a 80s movie, an 80s like horror movie, slasher flick, where there's a female camp counselor that comes to camp and like all these murders start happening, and then like it's discussed in the past that there was like a boy who was abused and mistreated, and at the end of Sleepaway Camp, it's revealed that this female counselor is actually that boy, and it's a big reveal because she's naked and she has a penis. That's the end of Sleepaway Camp.
But
Sorry for spoiling a movie from like 40 years ago. I'm just saying it's a Sleepaway Camp reveal. That's kind of what they were going for.
I was more referring to the fact that our main character gets close with.
Oh yeah, she has a crush on the boy,
Ayumi, and I think maybe they were like, well, we don't want to promote the homophobic shit.
Well, it's Japan. Japan's a little behind the times.
So no, I'm just saying maybe in the dub they were just
maybe.
We don't want to promote that, so we're just gonna look. That's happened in other countries. Like I'm a big fan of Steven Universe. There's a Steven plushie back here somewhere, somewhere. And actually, there's two. They're all female characters. There's two lesbians that are in a relationship, Ruby and Sapphire. And in other countries, they always put the more masculine of the lesbians. They always have it voiced by a male. But I love the creator of the show because those characters get married. They make the more masculine one wear a dress, so it's harder for them to say, "Oh, well, that's a man." I love it so much. If you like Steven Universe, you'll know what I'm talking about because
that's
Rebecca Sugar was just
that's the sort of stuff.
Rebecca Sugar was like,
China.
"Oh, you want to change the gender of my characters? Because technically they're not gendered. There's rocks.
No,
they're sentient rocks.
They're sentient rocks.
They're represented as female.
Yeah.
Like that's the closest thing they come for our human gender norm.
But that's
so they're like, let's just
another day.
Yeah, no, that's not even an anime. But yeah, I just love how Rebecca Sugar just kind of spit on the censors and was like, well, I'm gonna put the one you think is a dude in a dress. I love it so much. But anyway,
China just cuts it.
That's true. That's true. Anyway,
China,
get out of here. Get out of here with your homophobic shit. If you're a homophobe, go away. We don't. Oh yeah, I guess you don't have to. You can stay. But look, I don't like it.
I'll just tell you that I will just work to change your mind.
There you go.
I'm not against
outlook.
I don't want to tell anyone to get out of here. if you have hateful ideas, I would like to discuss with you and try and get you to come around and realize that it's not a bad thing.
The only thing that's bad is to hate people. That's what's bad.
Yeah. I don't
hate
want
people
them,
that don't deserve.
I'm not gonna reciprocate.
This is not even. That's not even what this movie's about. We got off.
That's because this movie has nothing. Look, let's get to this. The girl is missing, so they all get together. Like, chick shows up at main character's house with magic. She's hacking.
A hacker.
She's a hacker.
She's hacking their cameras.
It's not hacking. It's magic, is what she keeps saying. It's like, no, you're a hacker. Just accept your freaking role in life.
She calls a boy, and then they go see
the boy,
which is Kono, which is
everyone says
the boy
Kono.
that whatever the girl.
It's very confusing. You're meant to think it's a guy until the big reveal. That's the whole point. Is until the big reveal, you're meant to think it's a guy.
Like, who cares? Be whatever gender you feel like being. But anyway.
Well, it's because it's easier to hide. You wanna hide your identity.
He's like, we're all being watched by someone who's very interested in us all the time.
We're the ones being monitored. Look at all this stuff that's monitored.
Like, honestly, I was getting some really big Promised Neverland vibes here at the beginning because I'm like,
there's a lot of Big Brother 1984 Brave New World stuff going on.
And then we have this council.
Doesn't pay off.
Like floating digital people discussing the bodies and the orphans and
the
assisting police,
the chief of police / leader of this crazy cult world is all.
Look, apparently, from what I got, it was split up into like counselors.
Yeah,
and their kids
and police and the kids and
yeah, and so they're like, we want it's gotta be a kid. We want your information and
what this is all for. Feels like a freaking waste.
Look, and then we get to we find out that there's this one dude that's like the head of this government. He's so and so's son, and he's
The
not his
founder's
son, but
son. He's
yeah,
the
the
founder's
founder's
son.
son. And well, he's involved with everybody, and he's got a hand in everything. Powerful dude.
Yeah. Blah 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 blah.
So anyway, we go back to our brunette, the
I
main
just want to
character
get to
girl.
like.
What is her name? I don't
remember. It was unimportant.
Wait. Yuko. Yumi is a
Look,
blonde. Whatever.
we're
Whatever.
getting involved in a lot of stuff that doesn't really matter to the plot.
We see Brunette eating dinner with her dad. I wanted to bring this up though because she's sitting there video chatting with dad, and she wants to see him, but he's busy because he's doing stuff.
He's a politician.
Yeah, lock your doors because there's dangerous incidents. Like,
yeah, hacker
okay.
girl shows up, hacks into things, magic.
So then they leave and they go find Kono out hopping fences, climbing stairs.
Look, we're never gonna get through this movie at this rate.
But here's the thing, another little blue, like red herring or whatever the hell you want to call it. The reason why she started wanting to meet up with everybody is for a music video.
Yes, she wants to. That's their project. She wants to do a music video.
This movie was all over the place. Look,
it makes no sense, but the music was done by Scandal that did the best Bleach opening theme. Just so you guys know, Scandal is an all-female rock band, and they're awesome.
So they talk about the victims, and Kono's like, being a hacker's illegal.
Yeah, and she's like, it's not hacking, it's magic.
Yeah, pretty much. And they find out that Kono watched that one of the kids get chased by kids in a mask.
Let me talk about this, because this is important. Here's how the scene breaks down. Kono was witness to Yabe, or Yube, whatever her name was, being attacked by the two guys in the beginning. They knock Yube out. Then Kono says that a mystery woman showed up in like a foreign outfit, which is a Chinese outfit, and using martial arts, beats up the two guys, knocks one guy unconscious, other guy, Kono is witness to her being knocked unconscious by the second guy. Now, a little bit after this, it kind of, we see the second guy is like, he's got a cut, he's bleeding, and he's like, and he's leaving the area. But we get from, because this whole thing sets them off to go find Meow.
Ray Meow. In the dub, she was literally just called Meow.
Yeah, no, that's
Chinese
what they call her.
Looking, long-haired.
Meow. That's her name. Meow.
Yeah.
M-Y-A-O.
Meow. See, Meow.
But here's the deal.
Before we get we have two other main characters other than our kid.
I need to talk about this. This
is
the mystery. This is the big mystery. This is literally the big mystery, is who killed the guy.
I don't know. They didn't really play it off as a mystery.
Who killed the guy? It's a whole thing. That's like the big part of the later part of the thing is like, we have to figure out, because they think Nakamura is the murderer, which Nakamura was the other guy.
Yeah.
So that's the big mystery, but
he dies too.
Not a freaking mystery.
No, not really.
Who could the killer be? I wonder.
Okay.
I figured this out 30 minutes in. I was like, oh, Kono's a killer.
Look, you just spoiled it in the movie already. But yeah, Kono's killer. But here, listen. Though. It kind of already stated it too, because when they meet Meow, I need to find that spot in the notes if that's where we're jumping to. But when they meet Meow, she's like, yeah, I saw you there. You must have fought them. You saved me or something like that.
Yeah, and she's like, no, I hate fighting. I don't want to get involved in fighting. Like,
yeah, I don't like hitting people. But we have, other than our kids that are running around doing stupid things, we have the counselor and the investigator.
And the officer, yeah. Who apparently was an investigator, and he worked with the counselor's mom, and the mom killed herself.
So he's like getting data from her on command that she wasn't normally not supposed to give away about her kids, but she gives it to him, and we'll jump back and forth between them. But honestly, not a lot happens with them until towards.
Not a lot happens with anything, because the Yabe plot of where did she go, the mystery of where did she go, which I thought was going to be like, oh, is this going to be the big mystery? Resolved 40 minutes in. When they find Meow, they literally find Yabe.
Yeah, and
so
you're right.
And the only other mystery is like, we're being monitored and blah blah blah. And I'm like, yeah, it's an evil society.
They hide Pinky out.
Surprise!
They hide Pinky out at Kono's house.
Yeah.
Well, not really a
Gabe.
house. She's got a little shrine.
A dilapidated building in the backyard.
Yeah, pretty much. And
then we
Pinky
get like
was going to be trafficked apparently.
Yeah,
and that was all we heard about that.
But apparently that had nothing
all
to
the
do
other
with the people
that were up there that were already dead?
Didn't seem dead. They seemed very much alive.
Then why
some
did
of them
the
were
kids
still
just
moving?
leave them there?
That's a good question. That's never brought back up or answered.
They're like, look, there's 20 other people here that were victims as well. Some of them might be dead. Some of them might need medical attention. Let's just take our able friend and go home.
Yeah, fuck them. Well, because the people that attacked, apparently this was Meow's place. Like, this was where she kept the people. And those people were coming to try and traffic them. And I don't understand this movie. None of this pays off. None of this adds anything to the actual plot of the movie.
They had way
None
too much they tried to shove into this movie.
Nothing pays off. Nothing pays off. It's all unimportant. Yabe gets saved. Oh, okay. And then we move on and they start doing their project. And then they find a way
to get Pinky home without any of them noticing. But it doesn't even matter because Pinky gets got anyway.
Gets killed and her liver is taken or something.
Yeah. And then we find out her killer was killed.
Yeah, Nakamura, well, the supposed person who they thought would be the killer was already dead. And his liver was taken. And it's like, oh my gosh, who could the killer be then?
Pretty much. And then they just look, it was just all over the place. And then eventually they go up and they're like, well, we're gonna go to the main thing.
They're gonna go
figure
to
out what's really going on.
SVC Foundation.
I'm trying to find that spot in my notes because I took very extensive notes on this movie because I thought all of this would have a payoff. I thought everything was going to culminate together because they put a lot of stuff in this movie. This is
why you're not supposed to take notes on the movies.
Look, if I don't, then I forget, and I'm just sitting here like.
But nothing happens.
Like I didn't.
None of it's a payoff. All of this setup for nothing. All of this setup, all of these plot points, all of these plot threads that do nothing, that mean nothing.
Pretty much, it's our brunette, which our main character, and Kono, and they're walking out of town. Yeah, go ahead.
The hacker chick was attacked.
Yeah, hacker chick was attacked. What? She died. No, she didn't. She didn't. That's right. She has like this little house all by herself in like the abandoned side of town, and it got blown up.
With a plasma generator bomb that can level the city.
Where's the supervision for these children?
Yeah. Well, you find out later when they go to the freaking thing. Friggin' counselor meets with Inspector Dude, and he kidnaps her.
They go after the brunette. The cops appear, and they're like, "Oh, they're pretty much dirty cops are going to take the brunette." Mew comes up, saves her, and like, get out of town. So then that's when she gets with Kono.
They're the observers. They're not the police. They're the observers. Which
they were literally written as police in the dub.
Like, in the sub, there's literally observers, police, and detectives. There's like 3 layers.
And then after that, the counselor meets the investigator, and he's like, "I want to take the blonde and the brunette into protective custody." Blah, and blah, blah, blah. It just blah blah blah.
She gets kidnapped.
They walk out of Blondie gets kidnapped. Then it's Kono and our main character brunette. They're walking out of town across a massive bridge with no traffic.
15 kilometers.
No cars. No, nothing.
You don't see cars throughout this entire series, except for the ones driven by the observers.
Yeah, and then they go after a very long walk, and then they go to the SVC thing.
And the leader of the SVC is talking to the counselor lady.
Yeah. And then he's like, I didn't kill your kids, and then he won't let her out.
Yeah,
And then you
like,
find out that, and then you find out the investigator betrayed the counselor lady, and you find out that that's the same way her mom went. She started digging into stuff that she didn't belong
so she
digging
committed
into.
suicide. And then then
Committed suicide.
one of the people,
Epson didn't kill himself.
one of the
He
observers
did her
shows
mother.
up in a suit, and he's got like 6 girls in sacks.
Yeah. Yep. And then let's see. Then the kids are in the elevator with the detective as well, because a detective they get chased by these robots.
Meow shows up to save them. He shows up and he's like, "Oh, the security thing is on the fritz," and they go up into the elevator, and freaking Kono's like, "Do you have the time? Do you know what time it is?" And he's just like, "Oh yeah, sure." And he pulls out his little like thing to look at the time, and so she cuts his throat open.
Like the other two step out of the elevator and Kono slices her throat. And then Kono's reasoning, well, the investigator should have known that we would have known.
The investigator knew that
we didn't have our little
monitors. He knew we didn't have our monitors, so that makes him the bad guy. And I mean, she's kind of right.
Yeah, she is.
It's also, she's like, yeah, I'm a killer because when I was younger, a couple years ago in my hometown, this man literally attacked her, and she's like, he said that he had killed a young girl years prior and went to a correctional facility for behavioral corrections, and he carried a knife with him because he thought that carrying that knife would suppress his desires to murder women, but it didn't work, and he felt bad because he had like pinned her to the ground, and he cut open her shirt, and he was gonna kill her, but he couldn't go through with it because, you know, he knew it was wrong, and so he gives Kono the knife, and she's like, I cut his throat. I saw his throat and I had the knife and I cut it open.
Look, that scene was kind of rapey too. It was definitely.
It is weird because he expressly, like, it's stated expressly that he murdered a woman and he was suppressing his desires for murder.
But then he pinned Kono on the ground. But anyway, well, I mean, and then Kono's like, I'm a Loup Garou. I'm a monster with a human face.
But that was the big surprise.
That's my werewolf.
She's a woman.
Yay!
That was all the surprise.
There was no woman mentioned in the dub. They just went.
Yeah, no. Well, that's really weird because you can see the skirt and the edge of boob. So.
Look, I just was like, huh. I mean, I guess boys can wear skirts.
What did they say he killed? What was the point of attacking her then? Because his whole thing was killing young girls.
Look, it didn't even say he was just a killer that liked young children. I think I'll go back and watch the dub that part again later. But
That's weird. That's
I was not that far off because, like, okay, this is sensitive subject. Men rape little boys too and kill little boys too. Like, it's not just like a gender thing.
No, it happens, but it's a lot rarer.
Yes, it is rare, but it still happens. But
yeah.
Anyway, Kono leaves the other girls. I have it literally as Kono and the girls in my notes because, you know, whatever.
Because they don't matter.
But then the door gets busted in, and it's Blondie in a doll mech.
Yeah, she's in like a little
our wizard. Like, she had that stupid little plushy doll, like, through the... And it, like, moves and swallows things. I don't know.
It's very weird and very bizarre.
But now it's a big... And it's in a mech. And it's like a mech suit. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure she just had a mech version of it.
Then
it's not explained. It doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't. It does not explain at all. The counselor is trying to escape, and then Isagi Taunter explains that the whole society only exists to realize the goals of the founder, Kitaro Suzuki. He lived through the wars of the previous generation. He developed artificial food, solving world hunger, set forth this new society that they don't waste. And then he assured her that we don't waste to kill children.
Yeah.
Like, every fragment of their bodies is used for our future's sake.
Yeah.
Is that synthetic food?
No, it's not.
Like, no, but that's what my thought was during this part of the movie. I'm like,
yeah, I was sitting there like, all right, he's not coming out, so there's like, even my thought process was, all right, it's gonna be like an AI that's taken control, and
then this is when the lackey shows up with the bags of children, and then the computer dude's like, hey, thank you for doing your part in raising your children. I'm sure they're great.
Blah blah blah, stuff happens. The girls go to a server room. They hacked the server to hack the system.
Very strange montage. It's a very
of
strange montage.
yeah,
And
she's
then
playing the music and like the lights in the city are going like the wavelengths,
and it's a
they're
very
cutting
cheery
chords.
song. Like I
It's
would have been
very
happy with like a
weird.
metal determined rock song, but no, it's just like
No,
da da
it's a
da
very
da da da
weird
da da da.
moment, and then they all kind of
But
get captured
yeah,
afterwards, and they get taken up to the actual guy that runs society, and he's creepily well I gotta say this, he's creepily eating because he slices off like a fork-sized piece of meat, but then he bites
fresh
off
meat. It
the
looks raw.
the tiniest little chunk of it. He bites off, and I'm like, it's not how you use a freaking fork and knife, asshole.
He knows
Right?
all of these people by their
Yep.
names, and he's like, "Oh, Ishida was just a recording.
Yeah, he reveals
I
he
am.
was recording.
I'm the
I've lived for
founder. I'm over 100 years
I've lived for over
old."
100 years. During the war, I tasted the forbidden meat.
Yeah, he had to resort to cannibalism to survive. It's story time at this point. And he's like, I created all of this only to sate my cravings. And look, he can't eat adults, apparently, only children. And
Female children, apparently.
how many children do you need to eat? Like, that was a lot of children.
Yeah.
Okay. He analyzes each of them
he's
for their
searching.
health, and he chooses the brunette to eat next, even though
Yeah,
he's
that's-
literally had dinner.
I don't understand. Look,
Right there. Like, don't kill her yet. You're gonna lose freshness. Okay?
It's the dumbest plot twist. The dumbest plot twist is I made this society so I could eat people. What,
And then
what
Kono
was the
just stabs
point?
to eat people. And then Kono stabs him in the neck. Just the bad guy is dispatched with so little applause that it was
the
just
point?
yeah.
Everything set up in this freaking movie is solved immediately, and it's
And then
all
the things
pointless, except
I
for all of the
actually-
questions I have left.
Yeah, the things I actually want to know more about, they never touched. So pretty much, Kono stabs him.
I was gonna say Yabe loved drawing 2D characters, and apparently drawing 2D characters is a lost art style. And the people that attacked her because it was sacred, and they thought that she stole the art style. But that's never freaking touched on again. So all of my biggest questions.
Okay, when that part came up, I'm like, ooh, is there something to do with the animation? Is there some sort of cult around this animation, around these characters, around these drawings? No.
Don't know. Never answered. So many questions.
It's like, oh look, we have a this going on. Oh look, we have a that going on. We have a this going on. Oh, you know what? It's a cannibal.
There's like an A plot.
Guys.
There's an A plot, B plot, C plot, D plot, E plot, and only
none of them get
freaking
taken
there's
care of properly.
none of them happen until the G plot, and the G plot's the one that gets resolved, and we're still left with so many questions.
All right, so yeah, pretty
plot
much.
Writers, very important. Have a freaking structure. All right, have a plot structure, and Chekhov's gun. Don't bring it up if it's not important. Jeez,
Yeah.
That's why I didn't like this movie. Is because so much crap is thrown at you
Like,
that just
we
doesn't matter.
Pages,
Because
okay,
it doesn't matter.
of nothing.
It goes nowhere. It's not even a red herring. It just gets brought up and then just goes nowhere.
Kono stabs him in the neck, and then Founder's like, free me from my curse. I'm a Lugaroo. I'm a murderer. Yay! I mean, good.
Yeah.
Kill the cannibal.
But also, Kono's a horrible murderer too. She does kind of murder indiscriminately for like no reason. Also, apparently, she murders people for no reason.
I like her.
Because she murders people
for no people. She didn't murder for no reason. She had a reason for every murder. Everyone.
No.
Everyone. Anyway.
Apparently
so 2 months later, back to life as usual, and just friends doing friend things, I guess. Now Mew.
How is life back to normal?
Well, look. Meow was always like eavesdropping outside when they did their little dance recital bullshit. And
yeah, I know this thing.
We're almost done. But
blah blah blah. Movie ends with.
Did you notice Kono was never questioned, and it made it look like the founder was dead for the whole time?
Yeah.
But
who took over society?
I don't know. And then it's like, oh, Kono always has to face the people that I've killed people. Where is Kono?
No, disappeared. Disappeared. Never
gone.
seen again.
So then during the credits, we get scenes from the movie, and then after credits, I was like, ooh, maybe we get some explanation.
No.
Because DC missed the after credit scene. You know what it was? The same black screen from the movie saying black words, right, or black scene, white lettering. Long ago, there was a wolf. Or a monster apparently caught a wolf. The wolves became extinct, and that's how things happened. That is what it said. That is all it is. That
Great ending to the movie.
Look, it was not an awful movie, guys. It was not an awful movie.
It was not awful. It just had a lot of plot points that went nowhere.
I would love if they would have taken, and they could have turned this into a series, a decent
It could have been a
series.
series. It would have been a great series. Then you could have explored the plots that went nowhere.
Time, yeah, to explore all these plots and all these things. But no, not. I mean, look, I'm gonna give it.
I'm gonna start with a score of 10 and remove a point for every plot thread that went nowhere. So I'm giving it a 5.
You're gonna be in the negatives. You're gonna be in the negatives, my dude.
I'm giving it a 5.
I'm probably
it's average. It's okay.
Look, I'm gonna give it like a 6. It's not the worst. Not as bad as Lou. What did I rate even Lou Over the Garden Wall?
I think we gave it like a 1 and a 2.
I think I gave it like a 4. I don't know. Whatever I rated it.
Bad.
Look, it was not bad for its intended audience. This was
Lou Garous was not Lou Garous. Lou Over the Wall was terrible.
Lou Over the Wall. Yeah, this one was like definitely targeted toward adults. Let's see. I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna give it 6.5 unresolved plot points out of 10. I agree with my anime list.
5 actual plot points out of
10. Look, if you haven't seen the movie, I guess you could check it out for yourself, and you can message us if you disagree, or maybe you understood the world better. Maybe this is one of your favorite movies of all time, and you've read the book, and it makes no more sense if you read the novel.
If you've read the book, I bet it makes a lot of sense, and I bet plot points actually get resolved.
Probably. If you've read the book, is there an actual werewolf, please? Is Kono a werewolf? Tell me there's a werewolf. No, I give this 6 not werewolves out of 10. Oh, I think we're about out of time for this one there, DC. We've actually went over time as per normal. I know words.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But there's also a lot that can probably be cut. So that's where we'll end it. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for being our patrons and supporting us.
We appreciate it.
You do it.
Because of you guys, we can keep doing stuff like this. So
heck yeah.
Thank you. Bye.
Take care, guys. Bye.